Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. This is Rayzor from the Horror Syndicate, obviously, and this is Seth. Can you hear me okay? I just realized my mic is really far away.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
So we are here tonight on Thursday because that's what we do on Thursdays. We hang out and talk about horror films. And if you're new, you should be hitting that subscribe button on YouTube for us. We're almost to 750, and that might not sound like a lot, but, it is to me. So, hello. Tonight's main topic, we're going to talk a little bit about Halloween 6 or Halloween the Curse of Michael Myers. Is it underrated or overrated when it comes to the series? It's got a 9% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think it deserves a 9%. I believe that's the lowest of the series, with Halloween Resurrection coming in, I believe, around 12%. So, something like that. I don't remember offhand. But the first things first, we're going to get into a little bit of news after I ask Seth, how is he doing today? How are you doing today?
I am doing pretty well, fine sir. How are you?
A lot better now that you called me fine, sir. We're gonna, I don't know what it is, but I have some weird obsession with Halloween 6. So it just popped in my head. We were going to do a commentary for Night of the Creeps, but Keith isn't feeling up to it, and Jared he's studying. He's got a study buddy now. And let us know what you think, underrated or overrated. First thing we're going to do, because we're doing things a little bit different these days on the show, we're going to talk about something that just kind of like almost like breaking news. Breaking news or whatever. Well, it's been a couple hours, but apparently, as soon as I can get the article to come up from Bloody Disgusting, one of our competitors. No, we don't have competitors because we're nobodies. Anyway, so yeah, Halloween Kills is apparently coming to Peacock the same day it's being released in theaters, which is kind of big news. Wouldn't you say, Seth?
Yeah.
A man of many words.
I'm gonna have to stop my dryer for a second because I can barely hear you.
Stop the dryer. So yeah, it's coming to Halloween. Halloween Kills is coming to Peacock. The one thing I don't know about is whether or not it has, if it's going to be like an extra charge like they do on Disney Plus. So we're looking at the article here. There's Michael Myers' beautiful face. Notice the mask is all scorched from the last movie. I feel like it would be more melted on. It says Halloween Kills comes home to Peacock on October 15th. The latest sign that nothing is back to normal on the theatrical front. So there is a little teaser here. Also, I guess we could play this. And if we get shut down, we get shut down, darling. It'll be okay. But it doesn't say anything about the extra charge, which is kind of cool. I mean, I personally like to see it in the theater. Seth, I think you're on the same page. Peacock is a streaming service that is mostly NBC stuff. Like, you get shows like, I just named a bunch. The Office, 30 Rock. What else is there? Friends is on HBO Max. Anyway, shows like that. They have some horror stuff. I watched Candyman on there a couple days ago from 1992. So lots of cool stuff on there. Alex, how you doing? So yeah, I'm likely going to see it in theaters. Seth, where are you sitting on this?
Well, I'm still not getting Peacock. I'm just going to see it in the theater. I'll probably see it in the theater multiple times and wait until the Blu-ray comes out in a couple months.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I got enough streaming services as is that I don't really use all that much, so it would make no sense for me to get Peacock just for this movie.
Well, one cool thing I thought about, especially if there's no extra charge, is I can do a Halloween trilogy on Halloween night. You know, something that we wouldn't be able to normally do because you'd have Halloween 2018 and Halloween 78, John Carpenter's Halloween, but you'd have Halloween Kills in the theater still. So this, you can do if you wanted to. Plus, I'm just saying, Seth, there's a free trial. So get your free trial on the 15th. Or anybody who wants to see it.
I'm gonna stick to the big screen.
Yeah, I think the big screen is the way to go. I mean, the first Halloween, well, the first 2018's made 255 million worldwide, and with a movie like this, it's one of those movies that I definitely would like to see make a lot of money, because not necessarily Halloween, but I want to see more. And plus, seeing horror films theatrically is always awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really say. I don't think it's going to be an extra charge. There's that great poster. I'm going to get that. I've decided I'm going to get all the Halloween posters now that I have all the other ones behind me. But yeah, that's the big news for today as far as horror news. Was there any? Did you hear any other news today, horror wise? Today was a big day for a lot of release stuff. But
Not that I can recall.
yeah, I know there's a lot of video game stuff that came out today that Keith is. That's why Keith's not here. He's actually looking at all the video game trailers 1,000 times.
Yeah,
Halloween 6, no. 7 on my list. The thing that it's going to lead me to watch Halloween Halloween H2O again, and I don't like that one all that much. Once Halloween Kills has a worldwide release, I bet you we get a fresh tomato score and a #1 box office for at least 2-3 weeks. That would be fantastic. Let's hope we get that. Somebody tells me Halloween Kills is going to be awesome, and my second favorite in franchise. Yeah, Byron's hyped. He's hyped. I like that. I would love that to be my second favorite of the franchise. Yep. What were you going to say?
Oh yeah, just I've seen some like fans kind of like freaking out because of the current Rotten Tomatoes score, but it's a small section of critics who got to watch it in Venice.
That's right. I forgot. It's been seen.
Right. So there's quite a bit of like mixed reviews. There's some positive and there's some negative. There's the one from Variety is an absolute fucking joke, because there's two reasons, but the big reason is like at the end of the first paragraph, he says that the original Halloween was a ripoff of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh.
Have you seen the movies? Because they're not alike in any way whatsoever. I can't think of a single fucking thing those two movies have in common. So
they're horror movies. that's about it.
That is the thing. It's a pretentious guy doing a review for a slasher movie that clearly he doesn't like.
Well, I mean, I don't, and you know this about me. I generally don't pay attention to critics almost at all.
Oh yeah, me neither.
You know, even though we are kind of considered critics because we do reviews. And speaking of, I'm guessing you want dibs on the review for Halloween Kills. See, Kathy, I like what you're saying there. I'll let you have it. You can do the Halloween Kills. Seth Zor. Hey, I like that. Just noticed it. Yeah. Anyway, so the other thing that I wanted to bring up before we get into our main topic of Halloween 6, and don't forget to hit the like button, share this out if you can. If you're not on YouTube, go to YouTube and hit the subscribe button for us. We're trying to get to 750. Let's get 750 before the end of the day. Tell your friends all about the Horror Syndicate and all the fun stuff. We've got my horror room tour up on the YouTube channel right now. This is the last video that we put up. Seth has got all John Carpenter ranked movies coming out on probably Saturday or Sunday. And it's not just his horror movies. It's all 23 Carpenter movies. We're talking Dark Star. We're talking They Live, because that's not a horror movie, right? We're talking Elvis. We're talking all of them. Every single one of Carpenter's directed movies are going to be ranked. Well, he already ranked them. So he knows. I know too. But thank you very much. You know what? It's going to change probably the next couple of weeks too. I was just telling Seth I'm going to change the corner over here by my Friday the 13th masks. So looking forward to seeing your horror room tour. Yes, please check it out. Hit the like button. I said if I got 25 likes, I'm not 100% sure how many we've gotten. I will do I will show all my horror shirts, which here's a taste, and my boobs, because I've got 40 or 50 horror shirts, and I don't know, just looking for stuff to put up for you guys to see, because we like to have fun. And so anyway, The other thing, I asked the Horror Syndicate followers on Facebook, and you can't see our faces now, but best opening scene, and this is, I guess, a meme made from horror flicks, because I want to give credit to whoever made it, the meme. I don't want to just take people's memes and, for my own, what is it, Seth? My own, what?
Um,
My own gain or something? I don't know. Anyway.
something like that.
So we ask you, and I'm going to ask Seth, and we're going to both answer. Best opening scene to a horror movie is. Let us know in the comments. We'll put the comments up. And Seth, you commented on the post on the Facebook page, and you wrote down like 11,000 of them. We like this, or you like this? Let's do that. Okay.
I like that better.
So the one that I always think of, it's for a movie that I really don't think is really good, Ghost Ship. The movies are not that great, but the opening is phenomenal. And it's basically there's a dance on the deck, and this wire comes across and cuts everybody in half except for the little girl who survived. Thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
A lot of people said Scream also in the comments, and I agree with that. Scream's got a really good opening, but what do you got?
I don't know. I mean, that was a tough one to answer. That's why I did like 10 of them. But John Carpenter's Halloween, I think the opening to that's fantastic. Opening to The Thing, the whole thing with the helicopter and chasing the dog. That's great. Scream is great.
Jaws,
John Carpenter's Vampires.
Underrated movie. I wonder where it ranks on Seth's list. You'll have to find out on Saturday or something.
Yeah, there's so many. John Dies at the End. I really like how that movie opens up.
I still need to see that. I bought that at the Dollar Tree for $1, and on Blu-ray. I need to watch it.
I love it. It's not as good as the book, but I love it.
Oh, there's a book. I did not know that.
I totally recommend reading the book.
Okay, I'll have to check that out too. The other one I kept seeing was 28 Weeks Later, which I do agree with that one, because that is just balls to the wall. I love it. It's so very good. The opening to Ghost Ship is how scary movies should start for sure. Yes, but it got really weak afterwards. Right? Am I wrong? Let's see. Some of these. Yeah, vampire. Are you going to draw some vampire stuff, Luke? Some James Woods? You got mahogany? Yeah, the opening scene to Poltergeist is pretty good too. I mean, that's the thing. I think a lot of horror movies, they should have a great opening scene, because you need something. In my opinion, you need something to grab you. If it doesn't grab you right away, I mean, some movies like Halloween 4, it's all about that atmosphere. It gets you set up for. Oh, you are cool. It gets you set up for what's about to happen. You get the season, you get that atmosphere. It prepares you, because there's no opening before the credits for Halloween 4. It's just the credits, and then it goes into the hospital. So, yeah, Wrong Turn I don't remember. If we're talking the original Wrong Turn. Yes, he did kick vampire ass. If anybody doesn't know, Luke Hardiman is drawing all kinds of horror stuff, and it's pretty awesome. Scream for an opening, yeah. Scream's got a great opening, that's for sure. There's a lot of them. It Follows, I thought, had a really good opening as well. A lot of people don't like that movie, but I do. I think we all did. All the Horror Syndicate members, for the most part.
Yep.
So, anyway, so we're gonna move on. You can keep commenting in the comments, and don't forget to tell everybody to subscribe to the channel, The Horror Syndicate. It's youtube.com/The Horror Syndicate. By the way, we also have t-shirts for sale, and it's not to make money. I marked them down so much so that I make almost no money from it. But they're like 12 or 13 bucks a piece. I left the link in the description for the video on the YouTube, on the Facebook page. Check them out. It supports The Horror Syndicate. If I see you at a con, I'll give you a high five. Anyway, so that's melodramatic. Anyway, so here's the topic for the night: overrated or underrated Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. And I mean, this could go either way. And we've got two two editions that we could talk about. Now we did do an episode about Halloween 6, I believe, back. Did we do a whole episode on Halloween 6, or was the Thorn trilogy?
We did the Thorn trilogy.
Okay, and that's on our YouTube page from last October. But I want to know where people stand on this movie, because it's got 9% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which is bullshit in my opinion. I think it's underrated. I think it's better than people think, especially when you get into the producer's cut and the Carpenter-esque score is back into the movie. I think that helps it a lot. The theatrical cut was okay. I do like Brother Cane's and Fools Shine On, but
Yeah.
I think the Halloween theme is a little bit better. So, what do you think, Seth? Let's hear what your thoughts on this one.
I think it's totally underrated. I think it unfairly gets shit on. And I understand to a certain degree that people don't like where they went with it. A lot of people don't like, really trying to explain Michael Myers any more than they already have, So I get that aspect of it, but I think there's a lot of good to it too. I like both cuts of it, the theatrical and producers. I don't think either of them are exactly perfect, but there's aspects I love about theatrical and there's aspects I love about the producer's cut.
Do you know if somebody out there in YouTube land has done a like a super cut?
I believe so. Yeah.
That would be really a cool thing to see, I think, is a super cut with like meshing both movies together some way.
I'm pretty sure there's a YouTuber that does like movie reviews and stuff. I think he did a cut of it himself.
I'll have to look for that because that would be super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. Michael Myers, I think, is really badass in it. George Wilbur, I think, looked so much better as Michael without the shoulder pads that he had from Halloween 4.
Yeah.
The mask, it's still one of my favorite masks in the franchise. Probably my number 3 favorite mask.
I think I can look that up because I think you ranked the masks on one of your posts. We'll look it up. I agree with you, though. I really do like this mask more so than... Well, if that's... Then what's number 2?
2018.
Okay. Let's see. I'm looking it up now. But yeah, I don't something about 2018 that I'm not big on. But I do like this mask. Let's see. Seth. You wrote a lot of Halloween articles, buddy.
Yeah.
31 Days of Horror for the love of the Halloween franchise. So actually, let's pull this up and show the good people, if you don't mind. We got a bunch of comments rolling in, but I want to show your post so we can see, because I think you ranked a bunch of stuff.
I did. I even ranked the timelines.
So what you're seeing now is the horrorsyndicate.com. So check that out. There's a lot of great articles up, and this is an article Seth did in October 31st of 2019. So there you go. We're not going to read it, but we're going to go through and say the rankings. Because there you go. Hey,
I love that shot, man. I do
too. That's got to be one of my favorites of the movie for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. He said the films. I guess you kind of did a little. You're gonna have to do this again after Halloween Kills comes out.
Yeah. Right.
So ranking the movies, you have Halloween 6.
My ranking has changed on this one.
Well, on this, it's number 5, which is not a bad spot. Yeah, because you have a ranking on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, and I think I changed some stuff around.
I hope 6 didn't change too much. Season of the Witch is way higher in your list now. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
and it deserves to be.
Absolutely.
So ranking the Michael Myers, you've got. So you put Wilbur in separately. I got the 2 different performances, so he's for number 4. That's cool. And then ranking the masks, yeah, it says 4th favorite, but really these 3 are the same mask. Supposed to be Halloween 2018, Halloween 2, and Halloween, they're technically the same mask, right?
78 and 81 are. I think the 2018 was still a replica.
Well, yeah, but it's supposed to be the mask from the first movie. That's
Right.
what I
Yeah,
mean by
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So technically it's number 2. And then here's the timeline. This is a great article you can find on the horrorsyndicate.com. I'll drop the link in the comments here for anybody who wants to check out the whole article because it's worth reading. And I'll get to your comments in just a moment. This is cool stuff ranking the timelines because there are 7 of them. Rob Zombie's Halloween. Okay, the Rob Zombie timeline. Then the H2O timeline. Okay, I think I placed them in the same spot. You separated H2O from Resurrection.
Yes,
Made it a trilogy. Yeah,
I did.
I like that.
And I separated. I kept. I think at one of them it's just John Carpenter's Halloween as well, as if it was the way it was intended to be.
Yeah, standalone. That's number 2. Then you got Halloween and Halloween 2, and then Halloween and Halloween. I wish they would have named that something else. And then, of course, the Thorn, the Loomis movies, which I agree with you. That's be my favorite as well. Yee! Happy Halloween. Who's excited for Halloween? I am. Just saying. Anyway, let's take a look at these comments. Where did we leave off? Let's see. Okay, it follows. So it says Halloween 6 is 3 out of 5 solid major issues. So I was watching it today, and one thing that kind of got to me about it was this was the producer's cut too, was the way Dr. Wynn had a hold on Michael Myers. That does bother me. Like Michael Myers is a force of nature in the original movies, and he's got this kind of hold on him, and he's talking to Michael Myers like he's this little bitch, and I was like, ooh, I forgot about that. Well, yeah, I think it's kind of rape. I mean, I don't think Jamie was consensual in letting her uncle have sex with her.
No, but I think here's my theory. Okay.
Let's hear it.
One of the nurses. Okay, so let's go back to Halloween 5. Michael's in the cell. Man in Black comes. They take him out. They capture Jamie. Blah blah blah. Years pass. They continuously sedate him, and so a nurse sedates Michael. She goes in, gives him a little handy J. He splooges into a cup, and then that's my theory on the baby.
Maybe they didn't even give him a handy. Maybe they just milked the prostate, like in Road Trip. You ever see that? Milk the prostate. I don't want to think about Michael Myers and sex ever. I never want to think about that. Like I've seen, there's somebody did a picture of Michael Myers doing the Burt Reynolds, and it was just him in the mask and some underwear. I was like, oh, come on, do we have to do that? Yeah. And then there's one that is I think somebody drew it, and it was Michael Myers, Freddy, Jason, Leatherface wearing their masks, and they're wearing like Speedos. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to show them to you guys because I don't like that stuff. It's disturbing. It's more disturbing than Michael Myers sleeping with his damn niece or raping her, I guess. Anyway, that's a good theory that maybe it was artificial insemination. That makes me feel a little bit better than him, forcefully taking. But even though he'd be, being controlled by Dr. Wynn and the cult, I don't know. I saw this in the theater in 1995. This is the first Halloween experience I had in the theater, and I think that's part of the reason why I hold it so dear to me, in my heart. And it was cool. I've told the story numerous times. My mom's one of her best friends. He ran one of the local theaters, and this theater had a balcony. It was an old school theater, like from back in the late 1800s. Stage and all that stuff, and had one balcony left, and he let me sit in the balcony, all popcorn I wanted, all the soda I wanted. I was 15, and the whole theater was empty, and I got to watch Halloween 6, and it was so great, such a great experience for me. So much that when it came out on VHS, I skipped my family's Christmas party to go to Blockbuster, buy it, and go home and watch that instead. So I also got to do that for From Dusk Till Dawn. So a pretty cool experience for sure. People hate H2O, but it saved the franchise after six was heading. Um, you want to address that?
Well, I mean, whether it saved it or not, it has nothing to do with anyone liking the movie or driving with the story of it. I mean, the just because it saved the franchise doesn't mean it's good. I'd say.
Uh, I I I don't like Halloween H2O very much. It's on the well, where do you rank it? Let me take a look again.
I do want to say though, I do like
Number eight.
H2O. I'm not saying that I don't. I do have fun with that one. It's just kind of over the years, it's kind of gone downhill a little bit for me. Um, but all I'm saying is, I mean, people can not like Halloween H2O just because they don't like the way Chris Duran played Michael Myers, or the way it was all polished and looking all very clean and kind of feeling safe and very Scream like instead of
Yeah.
feeling like a Halloween movie. There's legit reasons why people don't like H2O, and they don't have to like it just because it was a box office success.
No, I agree with that 100%. I didn't like it initially. Walking out of the theater,
I loved it.
well, I didn't know. Well, yeah, you loved Resurrection too, so who knows what you.
That's
But
fucking true.
I did too. No, I did too. I'm guilty too. But no, like I walked out of the theater, I'm like, because I didn't realize they were skipping over, you know,
Yeah.
the movies we had seen previously. So I went in kind of confused, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? What? First of all, I knew Laurie Strode was coming back, so I was hyped over that. And secondly, I was like, I couldn't wait to figure out the story. It's like the new Matrix trailer came out today, and I can't wait to figure out why it is the way it is, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how it was with H2O. I was like, oh my God, why is she back? You know, and I was thinking exactly what happened, witness protection, but why didn't they take to her daughter? So I had all these questions. And then, like, just I realized they made no mention of what happened in four, five, two. Well, no, four, five, and six. There was no such thing as a Jamie Lloyd. It was just John Tate, who was kind of an asshole, and he should have been more sensitive to what his mom went through, in my opinion. But he's a rambunctious teenager with awful hair. Anyway, yeah, you know what, I agree with Byron here. He says H2O is overrated. I absolutely think it's overrated. We should
What?
just go down the list of Halloween movies one day and do overrated or underrated.
Yeah. Right.
Uh, yeah, and yeah, over the years, it has not even grown on me. It's gotten worse, and it was made worse by Resurrection
Yeah.
because they like I was very happy with the ending of H2O after even it didn't feel like a Halloween movie. It didn't have the atmosphere that the other movies had, and I'm talking about all six of them having that atmosphere, and they took it out of Haddonfield, which bothered me. Anyway, I guess I don't like change. But they kill Michael Myers. She chops his head off. Great. Fucking hallelujah. It's over. That's a finality for the series. Not that I wanted it, of course, but then they found a way to bring him back, and it's bullshit. And Seth even talks about that like in length in his Halloween
Yeah.
video ranking the series. Seriously, he spent like 45 minutes on Resurrection alone.
I think it was more like 18 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was 45.
There's a whole
I
fucking
think the video is 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Anyway, did I get this one? Halloween is one of the more few well-made movies. Yeah, I agree with that. But if so, Sean, let me ask you. Let me call you out here. Where do you rank that one on your list? Well, H2O, because it's pretty close to the bottom, if not for Resurrection and Halloween 5 and the Rob Zombie movies. I'm not a fan of those almost at all. It would be at the very bottom or close to the very bottom. And I don't know why, but I do have a little bit of love for Resurrection for some reason.
I think H2O was just like a product of its time.
Absolutely.
It was during that post Scream meta era, and I don't know. When I first went to go see it, I wasn't really a fan of the franchise yet.
Really?
Yeah, well, the Halloween movies like scared me. I was a giant pussy growing up,
Well, shit, you were like what, 15 when that came out?
Yeah, 14 or 15. Yeah, 15. Yeah. Um, and I liked horror movies, but there was something about Halloween that scared me. I think mostly because of the music. But I saw
Yeah.
H2O just because there was nothing else playing. It was August, and
Yeah, that's another problem. Yeah.
and I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. I really I still do like the opening sequence, and I really like the final act. Um, but there's something about the middle of it. It's just very bland.
It's very forgettable, and I think every time I talk about some of these movies, I talk about wanting to, excuse me, care about the characters. And I didn't give a shit about any of these characters except for Laurie. I didn't care about her son. I didn't care about his girlfriend, his friends, blah, blah, blah. In the first Halloween, I cared. We got to know these characters, and they were characters you could care about. Actually, I take it back. I cared about LL Cool J's character. I liked him. But like in Halloween, you get to know Laurie, you get to know Annie, you get to know Linda. Even in Halloween 2, you get to know Bud and Jimmy and all these other characters, and they do a better job of making. I need to care about these characters for them to die. It's not Friday the 13th. Even Scream does a good job of getting you to care about some of the characters and feeling something when they die. I didn't give a shit, and the middle of that movie was boring. The beginning, I didn't like. I don't like Joseph Gordon-Levitt almost at all, and I thought his whole been in the penalty box too long. I thought that was stupid.
Yeah,
and it was cool seeing Marion Chambers back, and I liked seeing all.
That's what I really liked about it.
Yeah, I liked all that stuff, but and I will agree with you on the final act was very good. But let's see, we got more. This turned into a H2O show. Honestly, I would rank H2O near the bottom of my list. Plus, I couldn't stand the look of Michael Myers. Well, it's funny. They had so much trouble with that mask for H2O. They did the CGI man. They had like a dozen different masks for that movie, and none of them worked. And then one of them, I think the CG one was the close-up with Laurie in the circular, right?
No, the CG was when when the kid, I forgot his name, dropped the corkscrew down the garbage disposal, and he turns around and Michael's right there.
It's just they could not, like, that you shouldn't have that problem in mid-production,
Well, they had the whole thing with the mask. That was a big battle during the production. If you watch, you should watch the special feature on the Blu-ray. I think you can find it on YouTube too, called "Blood is Thicker Than Water: The Making of H2O." There's two parts to it, and one of them is the mask problem, and it created some infighting on the set because the director wanted the mask to be a certain way, and then he got pissed off when John Carl Buechler came in with his Halloween 6 mask because he had no idea that they were doing that, and it was just a big deal.
I can see not wanting to use the Halloween 6 mask because of continuity issues or whatever, but like I'm still confused as why they weren't able to like make a sculpt of the original mask in any of these movies. After I get why Michael's mask is different in 4. He takes it off the shelf at the hardware general store, or whatever.
Yeah.
But like why couldn't they ever fix that problem? She thought Chris Duran was fantastic. Whew. I don't know if I'm going to be able to recover from that. What did you think of his performance? We got way off topic.
I don't know. Like at first, I liked it. It's a little different than any other actor who's played him. I think I don't know if he's really the most menacing Michael.
No, I do think a lot of it has to do with his mask. He carried himself okay.
And showing the eyes.
Yeah. But I do think he did carry himself okay in different ways.
Yeah,
but,
I like the scene where he's flipping the tables in the cafe.
Yeah, that was cool. Absolutely. I totally agree with you on that. I don't. I know that then this is a reaction for me, but after I watch, so I watched the producer's cut. Lately, if I watch Halloween 6, I'll watch both of them.
Mhm.
Because I love watching to see the difference. And this is the first time I've watched the producer's cut first, but it always leads me into watching H2O for some reason. Like I have to watch those two together, even though they really don't. No, yuck on Chris. Uh, yuck on Chris. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, everybody's got their own opinion, you know, and that's fine. H6 has a personal favorite, but I know where it is in the rankings. Producer's cut is better. Um, did we did a all we haven't done a whole all Halloween ranking yet for the whole team, have we?
I don't recall, to be honest with you. I know we talked about it. We didn't
I
do one
think
last October.
no, I think I wanted to do it this year because this year's been the year of ranking stuff. We did all the decades and um, Friday the 13th. We did Elm Street last year, which I think you may have missed that episode.
Yeah.
Uh, and now we've got all this fancy equipment that we can, put things like this up anytime we want. But yeah, I don't know if we've done that yet. I'll have to see if Nate wants to come back for that one. From his whatever this is he's doing, his
We should do it after
sexual
Kills.
walkabout. Do what?
We should do it after Kills comes out.
Oh yeah. Oh well, that I think I had it scheduled for that because that's a good point. See where it falls after Kills because that's Kills is it could change a lot of lists.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see where it'll fall for all of us. So I think we're gonna do a whole show on Kills when it comes out, like a review show for Kills, and then we'll do the ranking show after that. Who's excited about Halloween Kills? I want to know right now, and I also want to know if you're gonna see it in the theater, or if you're gonna go for Peacock. If 6 had a bad Myers, it would drop to 3 places probably. Yeah, because the Myers was good in 6. I
Yeah.
hate Barry Sims. He is a douchebag. I'm with you on that. I did not care for Barry Sims like at all. Um, Seth's a huge fan, but he also
The
wants
Barry Sim
to.
show?
Huh?
Of the Barry Sim show?
Yeah, and then they want to get on all fours and bark like a dog. Isn't that what he says?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Barry Sims stuff either. It wasn't it supposed to be Howard Stern?
Yeah. Yep.
That would have been better, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah. Let's see. I cannot wait to see it, and then go into the theater. I'm not at all saying Chris was the best. No, we're with you. We get it. You're not banned from the show. He hasn't aged well. Barry Sims, I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Peacock Premium because they want to squeeze money out of people for sure. And so far, there's no word on like what Disney was doing with like Black Widow and stuff, and charging $30 or whatever to see it. If they do that, I will not bother on Peacock. If we don't
I
get
can't
locked
believe
down
people
again, I
actually
would
do
love to see
that.
Homekins. What's that?
So I can't believe people actually do that.
I can't either. Although the dad is more of a douchebag, he is got it. That's what we need to rank, Seth, is the worst characters of Halloween, because there's 2 or 3 of them in this movie alone. Because let me tell you something, Kara Stroh's brother, whose name is escaping me, is a
Tim.
shitty character because he pops in with bullshit lines, and he's kind of a puss. So
And
you can
how
never
does he
ban me
not know that they
except
live in
for-
the Myers house?
Yeah, how did he not know that?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, his dad's
when-
bitching about it at dinner or
Yeah,
breakfast.
when you have kids putting fucking signs in your
Yeah.
yard.
How oblivious are you? Plus, you got to creep across the street watching your sister in her undies. And Paul, let me tell you something. Paul Rudd's got so much range. He played a creep perfectly. And the father's death was great. That's so let's talk about that. Let's talk about some of our favorite kills in the movie because uh, while the father's death was great, I love the Barry Sims more the reveal because you don't really see him die. It's more like the Randy kill in Scream 2. But like the little girl, it's raining, mommy, it's raining red. I love that scene, and and Tommy goes over and checks it out. I absolutely love that scene, and my daughter watched today for the first time that part. She's like, "What? Why is it raining red?" And then Barry Sims. That's why.
Yeah.
I will. That's another thing. I will be watching Halloween 2018 another time. The worst characters in Halloween, Zombies Halloween. That's what we can't do a top 10 list because they're all from that movie. But I'm joking. What do you think? What are some of your favorite kills in this one?
Ooh, my favorite kills. I guess my big favorite thing um is the end in the theatrical cut, the whole thing with the doctors and surgeons and cultists, whatever, getting killed
Yeah, the
in that
massacre.
room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that was
sweet.
yeah, that was really
Yeah.
cool. The nurse in the beginning, I mean, that was pretty cool too. When he just lifts her and puts her on that fucking spike, and
Yeah, and I think Jamie's death was pretty good as well.
in the theatrical,
In
yeah,
the theatrical, yeah, he throws her up on the. Is that real lawn equipment? Whatever that is, that looks like it. What does that do? Like, I want to know what that does. That piece of lawn equipment or farm equipment. You know,
yeah.
I don't know. There's some good ones in this one. Better than 5. I mean,
And
kills
then
in the
as
theater.
we mentioned earlier too, with that one shot that we both like, um, Deborah Strode's death was cool because of that. We got that
Yeah,
angle looking up at him.
yeah. Michael's. I mean, other than the first movie, he hasn't in all the years up to 2018 because there's some menacing scenes with him in 2018, but he had not looked that menacing in any of the previous movies since the first movie, except for that moment. Like, and then there's that scene where he's walking across the street from the Strode house to Mrs. Blankenship's house, and they get the lightning going and everything. That was a cool scene too.
Yeah,
There's a
and
lot of cool stuff.
yeah, that's the appeal for Halloween 6 for me, is that it was a little bit more energized and it was a little bit more badass than
Mhm.
the previous ones, and it worked too. I like George Wilbur in that movie.
Yeah, I agree. And why did they? I, just this made how to me. So again, we talk about this had 9% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it probably has a lot to do with the production being a mess and how there's two different cuts and all this different shit. I have no idea, but like I watch this and I look at Halloween 5 and I'm like, how can anyone ever think Halloween 5 is better than this movie? Like, and I don't think people do, but
Yeah, I mean, well, you really got to consider too. I mean, because of Halloween 5, Halloween 6 was backed into a corner anyway,
yeah,
because they had these things that they just half-assed threw in part 5 that they had to answer for with the sixth movie.
yeah.
And
I think 6 is way better. I think the verdict between the two of us, at least, and I honestly think most of our followers here tonight, it's underrated, not overrated.
yeah,
Uh, I think that's the consensus here. If let me know and let us know in the comments if you agree. Also, let me know if you subscribed yet, because I just put the ticker thing up to let you know. Subscribe to the Horror Syndicate on YouTube. We're at 750. We made it. Now let's
all right.
get to 800. Let's keep it going. Let's keep this these good feelings going. Okay, cool. Sorry, I just got a text from one of my comic book guys. By the way, I write comics, unparalleled comics. So anyway, plot wise, Halloween 6 is much of a mess as 5, but no stupid things like little characters, dumbass cops, and Loomis being a douchebag. Not to mention dumbass cops and their little circus music.
Yeah, and it was mean, it was nice too with part 6 that they kind of fixed Loomis, because I
Yeah,
do not like I don't like the asshole version of Loomis that we got in part 5 or even Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I liked my version of Loomis is from, especially what he says in Halloween 4, where he's basically pleading with Michael to leave people in Haddonfield alone.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden in part 5, I understand he's older, he's, at the end of his rope, but it was like borderline child abuse. And it just didn't seem like Dr. Loomis. And with part 6, he was kind of back to being humble again.
In his defense, he did save her from them like ripping open her trachea. Yeah, at the beginning of the movie, because they were gonna do some like emergency surgery on her because she was freaking out. So he did save her from that. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the 5. I mean, especially after what we got in the 4th movie, because in the 4th movie he was superb. I thought Dr. Loomis, he was fantastic. Yeah. It was kind of a callback to the first movie more so than the second movie, because the second movie, I mean, I like him in the second. I've never thought about ranking Dr. Loomis or Donald Pleasant's performances per movie, but I think the 4th movie was his best performance, and I absolutely think the first movie is his best performance, obviously. But the second one may be my second to least favorite. I don't know why. Okay. But I mean, because I do like his performance in this one. That scene where he sees Tommy Doyle for the first time since what happens in the original movie. I mean, that was really good. Like he was genuine about it. He was really genuine about it. And even in the producer's cut, the way he felt about Jamie, obviously you could tell he felt like he failed her. I mean, I think this was a really great performance, and his final performance too.
Yeah.
So yeah, people say Loomis is a tool in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which he is, but in 5 he uses Jamie as bait against a serial killer. Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
he's a complete prick, man.
Ugh. That's just not my version of Dr. Loomis. Dr. Loomis is like one of my favorite protagonists in horror history. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love that character. And that's why I love especially the Thorn trilogy, 4, 5, and 6. I call them the Loomis saga. But
well, we're gonna be right here. We won't be peeking if you're gonna take a shower. Thanks for hanging out. But you can listen to us in the shower. That might be weird though. Our little shower scene, if you will. Yeah, I think we're on the same page about Loomis. I don't know if he's my favorite protagonist, but he's definitely 1, 2, or 3, somewhere in there, because I adore Nancy from Elm Street. You know this. So I don't know. Well, that's another good list. I'm just like, I put up a post on my personal Facebook the other day. I need to make a list. And now I've got like 1,000 lists running through my head that I want to do. I did a top 10 Spielberg films, which apparently I was wrong because I kept out Ready Player One, and I had 1941 on my list. It's my list, And then I did a list for 1999, saying 1999 was one of the best years in film, period. Like, oh, what about 1982? What about 1994? Like,
Ready Player One. Ugh.
Yeah, I didn't like that movie. Yes, she's going to be listening in the shower. How about that? Seth, I'm with you on your love for Halloween. And, I think I've gone on record in saying that I think Halloween is overrated, the first movie. And the only reason I say that is because, and I've come to terms with this, I think Halloween, in the first movie we're talking about, John Carpenter's original Halloween, is basically kind of the face of horror, because he's become, him and Jason really have become just like Superman or Spider-Man. Everybody knows who Spider-Man is. Everybody knows who Superman is. Everybody knows who Michael Myers is. Even more so than Freddy, they know who Michael Myers and Jason are. They've got those iconic masks. Myers has that iconic music that I know that almost all the regular people in the world change their ringers to in October to the Halloween theme. Because I hear it at work. I work in retail for my day job, but I hear the fucking Halloween theme. It's like, come on, do you even like horror, bro? Or are you just, Halloween? I think Halloween is basically the face of horror, and I think it shows with the output for people coming to see Halloween Kills. Halloween in 2018, and I'm sure Halloween Kills will kill too. See, Halloween Kills will kill. Oh my gosh, I love Jason. Yeah, I don't think we've done enough Friday the 13th content on this channel.
No, we haven't.
We need to do more. Okay, question time for everybody watching. Number one, have you subscribed? Because I'm not going to stop drilling that home. I want to get to 1,000 by the end of 2022, 21. Thinking about doing a giveaway at some point to try to get our Facebook page up to 15,000 likes. Also, the big question here is, if you want us to talk about Friday the 13th, what would you like us to discuss or debate? I don't want to sit and talk about and examine the movies because they're Friday the 13th movies. They're not up for examination, in my opinion.
They're not very deep.
No, and they're not deep at all. They're fun. I love them. They're a great time. I mean, when I ordered from this local place for dinner with my daughter, and she's like, I was like, "What do you want to get for dinner?" And they have Mexican food there, and she's like, "Them darn enchiladas." I mean, that's from part 5, you know. She's like, "I want to watch that again." I was like, "Wait, do you want pizza, cheese, and sausage?" And she just kind of looked at me and rolled her eyes. But yeah, I think everybody's got some love for Friday the 13th. I want to do some more Friday the 13th content. Hopefully next week we'll be doing our commentary because I really want to watch Night of the Creeps. That's part of why 5 is so bad. It's good. I could see that. I don't hate 5 to where I can't watch it. I'm just going to say that.
Exactly. Yes.
It has its place. Just so many issues with Loomis being a dick, completely different Myers house. That bugs the shit out of me. Just they went from one movie to another, different directors, of course, but why would they change the house that much? And they filmed it in the same fucking town as they did part 4.
The director, man, he didn't know.
Dumb. Part 6 is so much potential. Got messed up. Yeah, I like it. I love 6. Friday is my second. Do Sackhead Jason, Luke. Subscribe. Thank you. Jason's performances. Okay. We could definitely talk about that. That'd be a good show, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Or kills. There's too many. It'd take us like 6 shows to get through all of his kills. Although there's a lot of them that are off screen. Actors that play Jason. Just for now, I'll say my favorite has always been C.J. Graham. A lot of people like Seth, like
Ted White,
yeah, and Richard Brooker. I think those are the big 3 in my opinion. Kane Hodder would fall for me probably 5th because I do like Steve Dash also a lot in part 2. So, what do you think, Seth?
Yeah, I'm a big. I really like Ted White and Richard Brooker and even Derek Mears and C.J. Graham. Kane Hodder, like I love his passion and enthusiasm for the franchise and for the fans, but he's not my favorite Jason. He has the best look for Jason in part 7, but I mean he was Jason in my least favorite movies.
Yeah, and part 7 does have and Jason is asking if we can discuss each person. Yeah, I think we could do a whole show on that. Talk about
that'd be fun.
The person who plays Jason in each movie from Ari all the way to I guess it would be what's his name? Not Ken Kurzinger. What the hell's his name? The guy from the remake.
Derek Mears.
Yeah, I mean that'd be fine with me. By the way, Derek Mears is underrated as a actor playing Jason. He was awesome. If you don't like the remake, whatever, go in for his performance as Jason because he kicked ass, in my opinion.
I agree.
Oh, you have drawn Sackhead? I must have missed that one. Oh man, I know. Which ones haven't you drawn? Have you drawn Alice and Jason coming out of the lake? You should do that for one of your pictures. That would be cool. It's a personal request from me, and I will not pay you because
well,
all my money's tied up in my comics. I can't help it.
At least you're honest about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've enjoyed watching Luke. I think you should have a fan page for Facebook.
I agree.
Yeah, I think you should start a fan page. I'll share it here. You could share it in the Horror Syndicate Facebook group. If you're not in the Horror Syndicate Facebook group, we do have a Facebook group on Facebook that you can just post whatever you want. So check that out. I'm just trying to get all of our stuff covered tonight. But yeah, Luke, you should do a fan page, and I there you go, do it for the coloring book because I think a lot more people needs to see what you're doing with your work. There's a lot of great pieces I've seen you do over the past few weeks, and even some of the stuff you shared from the past. And I can't keep up. You're so fast at doing these drawings.
He's supposed to be doing something for me too at some point. Whenever he's done with this coloring book.
Is 6 overrated? No, because it has a bad rep, so it's underrated. Okay, I think that's the consensus with Halloween 6. You're welcome, buddy. I think it's underrated. I think the 9% is bullshit, and I think Halloween 6 is better than what even a lot of people in the horror community give it credit for. Can you expand on that?
I mean, yeah, I agree. I think it is better, but I do understand some critiques people have against the movie, against some of the story and the plot elements. The whole thing with the cult may not be for everyone.
Yeah.
But I think it's a huge improvement over number 5.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, it's the more energized Halloween movie. It was, it was the badass Michael Myers before Rob Zombie did his and before Halloween 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed the shit out of Halloween 6. It's one that I can easily watch anytime. Yeah, it's a fun movie to me.
I wouldn't say it's my Elm Street 4 of the bunch or my Jason Lives of the bunch because I don't think I have one. If I do, it's probably Halloween 4. But like the one that you go to constantly, because I always have a go-to for each series. With Texas Chainsaw, it's Texas Chainsaw 2 for some reason, even though I adore the first one. With Elm Street, it's Dream Master. Same with you, of course.
Yep.
That's where we got that bond, me and you. That Dream Master feels.
You're the only other weirdo I know that likes Dream Master as the best.
Dude, I adore that movie. I can't tell you the hype around that movie when I was younger. That's a show we need to do is just talk about how much Elm Street 4 kicks ass. And then Jason Lives, of course. You down for that?
I'm down for that.
Yes. Kathy, Luke is doing a coloring book, 65 different images, all horror related, and they're on his personal Facebook page, and they're badass. So, it's going to be cardstock, so you can use watercolors. That's cool. I don't know about doing that's a big undertaking because there's 13 episodes per season, and I don't know if the rest of the gang. I like American Horror Story. I don't know. Have you watched any of it?
I saw the first season. I really liked the first season. I got about halfway through the second season, and I stopped for some reason. It wasn't that I hated it. I just stopped for some reason. Actually, no. That's the reason why I stopped is because I got super obsessed with Supernatural.
Oh, weird. I would never have expected that. Second season's good. The third season's my favorite. Season 3 of American Horror Story is my favorite. Coven, I love it. Yeah, look them up because the book's not out yet. It's going to be awesome though. I got Resurrection as a part of a pack. Oh yeah, I've got that 6-pack too. Look, if you're a fan of Halloween, I say have them all. Just have them all. I have so many copies of the Halloween series. I'm so tempted to get the new Scream Factory 4K releases just to have them.
Oh, I know. I had them in my cart, and I actually ordered them the day that it went up, and then I'm like, do I really need these? And I backed out like a little bitch. But now I'm thinking, I'm like, I kind of want them.
Hold on. Say that again. Say, do I really need these again?
Do I really need these?
Yes!
Okay, I'm convinced. I bought them 6 times.
It's 1 through 5, right?
Yeah, it's 1 through 5.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna get them because I mean the art's not great, but yeah, I'm a collector. Obviously, I've got so many. You guys have seen the room video. Check out on our YouTube page my room tour. Somebody requested it, and I did it. I got my autographs, my Jason mask. It's all on there. It's almost 20 minutes long too. When I was done, I was like, holy shit, that was 20 minutes. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about getting new editions of movies that I already have. We were just talking about the Lord of the Rings coming to 4K on the chat. Mostly me and Keith. And I'm like, I have 6 different copies of Lord of the Rings. Why do I need more? I have So many. I wish I still have my VHS copies of Halloween. I don't know what happened to those, but I'm terribly disappointed that I don't have them anymore. You don't do duplicates? Well, you. I don't blame you. I'm trying to get rid of some of my duplicates, just not the major stuff like Halloween or Elm Street. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the support. I hope you liked the video. A lot to do in the room. I hope another box set in the future. I'm sure Seth's thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
Or Scream Factory box set. Apparently, when I die, I'm leaving my set to Seth.
Yes.
The Hobbits, whatever. I didn't care for those. But anyway, let's wrap the show up. Let's do some final thoughts on Halloween 6 and get the hell out of here, and we'll get ready for the next show. I definitely let me look at the schedule real fast. Or not the schedule, but the calendar, because we've got October's coming up, and of course October is like the best month ever. Who out there is excited about October? I want to know the weather changing. The Halloween spirit. Let's see, we've got 7th. I have nothing scheduled, by the way. Once Nate decided he'd step away from the show, I cleared the schedule completely because I figured we'll just do whatever. Yeah. We've got 7th, 14th, 21st. So I guess, when are we going to do the Halloween Kills? I wonder if you guys would want to do an early show, like a Monday or a Tuesday, the 18th or 19th, to do Halloween Kills review, to get it done a little early, rather than waiting for the 21st.
I'm totally down for that. I would have seen it by 4 times by then. So yeah, I'll be good.
Okay, we'll ask Keith, because I'd like to do the ranking show maybe the 28th or something like that. See if Nate wants to come back for that one. But I definitely want to do some Friday the 13th content and some more Elm Street content, because I don't think we've talked about Elm Street at all this year, and that's my favorite series out of all of them is Elm Street. Let's see. Yeah, I agree here. I want them to wait on a Halloween box set until after it ends. I 100% agree with you on that. Next week we're going to do this is tentative commentary on Night of the Creeps that we were supposed to do today, but I don't know yet. This was a spur of the moment thing. Werewolf on, what the fuck is that? Have you seen Werewolves on Wheels?
I haven't. I heard of it though. It's on my list of movies to get.
Oh my lord. Okay. All right. I don't know what we're going to do next week. I don't know if we're going to do commentary or what. We are taking September 23rd off, just so if anybody's wondering. That's 2 Thursdays from now. Keith is getting a tattoo, or a tattoo. It's on Tubi. There you go. Good. Thank you, Luke. Yeah, Keith's getting a tattoo. We're just going to take the week off and come back firing the next week. We may, I think the week after we come back, we'll do something Friday the 13th on the 30th. I think that sounds good. What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Future video ideas, you guys discuss 90s slashers, where you all sit on those. I'm guessing you're talking about things like Scream. I know you did last summer.
Urban Legend.
Yeah, Urban Legend, Halloween H2O. That's one of those, basically. The Faculty it's not really a slasher, but it's was kind of like in the same vein of all those. Favorite movie monsters from B movies. Oh, there's some good ideas there. I'd love to do the ranking of Puppet Master. I fear that not everyone's seen all of them, because I know I haven't seen the newest one, the Littlest Reich or something like that. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. So, but that would be fun. I have all of them but that one for some reason, as you can see in my video. And another video I plan on doing eventually is just going through all my movies, and that might be a couple of videos, just kind of going through what I have. Anyway, final thoughts on Halloween 6, and your just final thoughts on it overall.
Overall, as I've said, I enjoy it. I think it's a fun movie. It's definitely flawed, but it's definitely one that it's one I have no problem watching. It's pretty fairly placed on my list of favorite Halloween movies. Because I'm not going to pretend like it's not flawed. It certainly
Yeah.
is, but there's a lot to like about it. I like Paul Rudd as Tommy. I liked Marianne Hagen as Kara Strode. I thought she
I think
was,
her performance is underrated, in my
yeah,
opinion.
absolutely. I think she was a good character too. I liked, how you, unlike some of the other ones, this was a college age woman and she had a son. And I like Mitchell Ryan as Win. You
Yeah,
know,
he was really good,
yep.
actually. Yeah.
I like how they sort of fixed Dr. Loomis and made him more like Dr. Loomis than he previously was in Part
Mhm.
5. I don't mind some of the aspects that they put into this because the whole thing with the druids and the thorn and all that stuff, it's been kind of scattered throughout the series really since the original novelization for the first one, which kind of went a little heavy into it in the opening, um, to sort of like explain Michael, and then of course in um, Halloween 2 you have Dr. Loomis who he's talking about
Samhain.
Samhain,
Yeah.
which he says Samhain,
Sam Hain.
yeah, and then of course then Halloween 3 still continued on with that theme, right?
Yeah.
um, and then so they were it wasn't stuff that was alien to the franchise beforehand, but it was maybe just a little too much. The idea of Michael being controlled, as you said, was eh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, Michael should be a force of nature.
Yeah.
That's why I like the theatrical cut, where he does take out all those doctors, because it's like, fuck you, you don't control me.
Nope, he's a machine. Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
too. I agree. That's why I think there should be a smash cut of this.
Yeah.
Uh, they should release it. Like they could make more money off it. They figure out a way to re-edit all the movies or all the two movies together. Excuse me.
I mean, really, what I would do is I would take like the first two acts of the producer's cut, because they really explored a lot more in that. There's a lot, additional scenes with Loomis, and there was certain stuff made more sense. But then you take the final act of the theatrical cut and you put that on there, because the as much as I like the producer's cut and everything that they added back in or whatever, um, it felt more like a complete movie, but the ending was very like anticlimactic.
Hmm.
He just gets beat by Paul Rudd putting the stones down, and I don't know.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you on every point. I do like the theatrical ending better, where especially. Actually, I don't remember. Is it in the second one where they leave and Loomis has unfinished business? Yeah, because he goes in and screams, right? Because he's got the mark.
Yeah,
Yeah, I for the most part agree with you almost on every beat with that movie, and I do like this movie quite a bit. And it's not quite like I said the Dream Master, but it is one I like to visit more often than some of the other ones, especially H2O Resurrection. But I still have fun with almost the entire series, with the exception of the Rob Zombie movies. I don't know why, but I sit there and watch it like this. Like, I have a hard time watching those. I don't know why. Whatever you guys decide, the overrated guy, will most likely be here to check it out. Wasn't that a joke? And you call him overrated or something like that? I can't remember what that was.
he said
Oh
something was
man,
overrated. I told him he was overrated.
yeah, we're all overrated. I'm definitely overrated. But hey, I appreciate you, Jason. Definitely 100%. I think you follow the Facebook page too. Totally appreciate you being here
Yeah,
on the YouTube, the Facebook, everything. Every one of you. Thanks for dropping in and listening to the dynamic duo tonight. Talk about our love for not just the Halloween 6, but the series as a whole, because we do,
yeah.
especially Seth. This guy's freaking horny over werewolves and Halloween. Um, yes, I hope Amber heard that. So anyway, oh, it was on the Friday the 13th countdown. What was overrated? Which movie did he say was overrated? I don't remember. Was it 4?
It had to have been 4,
It had to
right?
have been 4. Yeah, because it is overrated.
Oh, see, Ray, you know, you're overrated.
I am overrated. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's the final chapter. Dude, I'm right there with him, though.
Hurts.
You know, I do like 4. I not to drag this show on any longer. I do like 4, but it's not the best. It's Jason Lives. Come on. Come on. And you go back and forth, so.
I mean, no, it's okay to be wrong, Ray. It's okay.
Oh, my God. Okay. Anyway, thanks again, everybody, for showing up, commenting. I love it. I love all the attention. I'm attention whore. Tell all your friends about the Horror Syndicate. Get them to come over. We're going to do a bracket starting on Monday of movies that, just because I wanted to do a bracket to celebrate, we hit 500,000 views on our website, thehorrorsyndicate.com. And we're going to do a bracket just to celebrate that. 32 movies, I think, and just for fun. We'll probably do one in October because I always do in October. And subscribe. We've got a lot of cool content coming up. My room tour is up. Seth's John Carpenter ranking list, 23 movies. I'm going to figure out a way to make it the thumbnail picture of Seth and John Carpenter right next to each other, where Seth is like, give him lovey eyes or something. But anyway, you'll watch some horror movies tonight. Go to the Horror Syndicate group and tell us what you're watching. And then take pictures of your collection, because I love seeing people's collections on the Horror Syndicate group. It's just called the Horror Syndicate group. So go check it out. I will approve you being a part of the group, and you will show us your stuff and just post. We love talking horror. That's why we do this every Thursday night. So subscribe, go get in the group, do all that stuff I tell you, everything I tell you. And we'll see you next Thursday. Have a great weekend and stay creepy, I guess.